Head of the government's fertility watchdog has said that the long-standing ban on selling sperm and eggs should be reconsidered to address a national shortage of donors. The removal of anonymity for donors in 2005 is said to have had a serious negative impact on the amount of people willing to give their eggs or sperm. Currently, donors can receive up to £250 in expenses, but no direct payment. In countries that allow payments, such as Russia or the USA, young women often donate eggs to wipe out debts or to fund university fees. So would it be right for the government to reconsider allowing people to be paid for their sperm or eggs?
Well, yes, I think, you know, some people have got plenty of it, haven't they? So why not get paid for it? You know, and that's, especially at that age, when you're a student, stop it, you. When you're a student, there's lots of it, isn't there? So, I believe. So, why not?
It's young.
Eggs and sperm.
Where did I come from? Oh, well, you know, I had to get through my university tuition, so I thought I'd donate a bit, and here you are.
No, you see, nothing wrong with that.
You don't think there's a moral, you don't have a moral problem?
I think, you know,
I don't think there's a moral problem at all. I think we're so flipping. We've got to find out. No, there's so many people who don't know, and ignorance is bliss sometimes. As long as you're healthy, you've got two people who love you. What is the problem? If people want...
To be honest,
there's a lot...
the perfect world, Jane. If you've got two people that love you, that had you as we're supposed to have each children and love each other and form a home and a marriage and have children together, but so that doesn't always work. But to have parents say who maybe don't get on, and then you want to find where you come from, it hasn't happened. I've got friends who don't know where they come from, and if they wanted to trace their father, you know,
it's father though, is it? It's not.
No, but biological father.
But it's, you know, why do we have to keep? It's like branding. It's like everything in society now. It's all coming out of a pot, or it's branded. There's what's wrong with getting married and having children because you love your husband?
Well, to be fair, it doesn't always work that way. Often two people are in love. They get married. They do everything right. They pay their taxes. They're law-abiding citizens. They're good people. They've got great morals. They try and have a baby. They can't have one. Well, so they have options available to them, don't they? They have there's IVF. There's you know, egg donation, sperm. But I think the thing that you were saying, I think the point you were trying to make, Lynda, was you feel that for the product of, say, a sperm donor and a woman who's trying to have a baby with her husband for whatever reason can't, that one day that baby will grow up and want to know who its biological father is. And at the moment, since 2005, you can find that out. You can find that information out, which is why the donorship of sperm has gone drastically down, because whilst there's quite a few men, usually students, who are willing to donate their sperm for expenses or perhaps to get paid in the future, they don't want a knock at the door 18 years down the road saying, hello, daddy.
Yeah, absolutely. And
which
you can
is understandable. You know, you wouldn't want that because you're donating. That's it. You're giving something. This is something, I think they should be paid for it, because this is a part of you that you are giving to someone else. I do not think the NHS should pay for it.
Should pay the sperm donor.
No, I agree. And I think
it should be
for £250, if you want a child that badly, then you will pay it yourself.
Well, that's what they get at the moment for expenses. But what they're saying is, should
they
increase
expenses? But I think there are some things that you
incentive?
Well, you shouldn't be able to sell certain things. I think that's my opinion. I have a bit of a moral issue with it. I'm not sure it's right.
Well, you shouldn't be allowed to sell your eggs. You shouldn't be allowed to sell your sperm.
I don't think you should put a price on it, really.
But if there's a couple who are willing to pay for it, who desperately want a child.
Yeah, that I agree with, and I think was it you that made the point about it shouldn't be on the NHS. I think the parties involved should do it privately and between themselves.
If somebody had said to me, if a friend of mine had come up to me in the past and said, "I'm desperate for a child, would you give me your eggs?" I would have said, "Yeah." I would, because I've never sort of been really maternal, but there's so many people who are. But it also doesn't make you a good mother or a good father just because you've produced the eggs and the sperm.
Yeah, I nearly went for IVF. I went to see an IVF specialist, and I didn't know anything about it. And I think it really is a massive undertaking. You know, people think, oh, I'll have IVF and I'll go and pay for it and it'll all be marvellous. But it's actually a massive thing to do to your body and to a relationship. And once we found out more about it, Paul and I decided it wasn't for us. It was actually quite invasive. The idea of putting my partner in a room with a rude magazine wasn't necessarily the way that we decided we wanted to make babies, and so we decided against it. I mean, it's such a difficult
it's an option, isn't it? It's an option for other people.
It's another option. I think if it becomes an NHS thing, and then I think where do you draw the line? I think it should be done privately between the parties.